All right. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live, Deportation Defense Live. My name is Otis Landerholm, and I am the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. And today I'm asking the question, what do we do if VAWA gets denied? And so thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being here. And welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. You know, the Empowered Immigrant Live is where we train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration laws and to make the most out of their lives. And today our theme is, what do we do if VAWA gets denied? And my question for you is, hey, do you want to get a green card this year? Do you want to come out of the shadows this year? Do you want to at least see what your options are this year, or see what strategy might improve your options for the future this year? Is this year your year? Because if so, go for it. And I would love to help you with that. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We would love for your case to be one of them. And so thank you. If you're tuning in right now, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for tuning in and joining me. All right. So my name's Otis Landerholm, and I'm grateful to each of you for being here. So today, as always, I like to start with a brief empowerment tip. Okay. And so my empowerment tip today is, don't let upsets, don't let challenges along the way to stop you from continuing forward. Okay? If you've set a goal, an objective, a target, right, and you're going for it, inevitably you're going to have upsets, challenges, difficulties along the way. That's the way goals, objectives, targets, if you want to improve your life, right? And you're going to go for that, whatever that means for you. By very nature of it, it means you're going for something you don't currently have. And if you're going for something you don't currently have, right, you've got to change something, and that change will inevitably lead to some kind of upset, difficulty, challenge. All right? And so don't let those upsets or challenges stop you. Persist through them, right? Just because there's, a battle that you face with one upset or challenge, and maybe you lose that battle, doesn't mean that you can't win the war, right? It's like you can persist through those challenges and through those obstacles. Persistence is what gets you to your destination. You got to keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep moving towards whatever it is that you want for that better life that you're seeking. And if that has to do with your immigration status, hey, I'd love to help you in any way. I'd love to be your guide as you climb that mountain, right? It's what I'm here to do. It's what my office is here to do. So anyway, hope that empowerment tip is useful. Hope it's helpful. Now what I want to do is I want to get into the law. And we're talking about VAWA, and specifically I'm talking about what to do if a VAWA case gets denied. And so the basics, right? VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act, VAWA allows a person, and yeah, it says the Violence Against Women Act, but it allows anyone. You can be man, male, female, sex, gender, does not matter. It allows a person to petition for their own green card, all right, to self-petition when that person has been a victim of abuse or extreme cruelty by their would-be petitioner, by their U.S. citizen or green card holding spouse, parent, or child. Okay? So you got to know that. That's the basics of a VAWA case. And so, the 4 requirements, I talked about these last week also, so feel free to tune in there if you want it in more depth. the four basic requirements is you've got to have a qualifying relationship. You must be the spouse, parent, or child of an abusive U.S. citizen or green card holder. All right. If it's a spouse, you've got to file your case within 2 years of the termination of the marital relationship. You also have to show that the marriage was entered into in good faith. Second requirement is you have to show that you were subject to abuse or extreme cruelty during that qualified relationship. Third, you have to show you resided with the abuser. And fourth, you have to show you're a person of quote-unquote good moral character. Again, I went in each of those in much more depth last week. Feel free to check our YouTube channel if you want to see that in more depth. But for today, I want to ask the question, like, what happens if a VAWA case gets denied? All right? The answer to that question is, of course, it depends, right? It depends on why it was denied. Some cases are denied in error, okay? Some cases are denied on discretionary factors. Some cases are denied because, according to the officer, there wasn't sufficient evidence to show you were eligible. And other cases were denied because there's a determination that you're not eligible for the benefit. All right? That's true in VAWA cases. Now, that's basically true in all applications before USCIS. Okay? There's lots of different reasons for a denial. And so, whenever there's a decision denying VAWA or denying any case, the first thing you want to do is you want to get together with your lawyer and really read through that decision together. You want to understand it well, okay? USCIS officers have to give a written decision explaining the reasons that they've denied the application in writing. And so it's like, okay, let's review it and let's figure out whether or not their reasoning, whether or not their decision was accurate, whether or not it was correct, whether or not it makes sense, all right? And whether or not we want to file an appeal of that decision or file a motion to reopen that decision, all right? Because the form to do those things is on the form I-290B, and we have 33 days to decide if we want to do that. To decide and do it. All right, so we actually need to make that decision quickly. Now, sometimes it's wise to appeal and to file motions to reopen. Other times, not so much. Other times it might be more wise to just refile the case with better evidence. Sometimes it's the wisest thing is to just say, hey, they were right. You're probably not eligible. So the wisest thing would be to wait and to file for some other application in the future. So, yeah. So anyway, there's that. Okay? So I have consultations a lot, right? And in my consultations, these are some questions that people ask. So people often ask, hey, if my case is denied, is immigration going to come looking for me? All right? And so let's answer that and let's talk that through. In more than 90% of cases, the answer to that question is no. All right? Very often, the answer to that question is simply no. All right? Now, in some cases, they might send you a notice to appear in the mail and have you go to immigration court. That's going to depend on the priority guidelines, all right, that are set by the president's administration. And so right now, that is not the process and that is not the policy for people who are denied applications for VAWA. Okay? But those priority guidelines can change with presidential administration. So any U.S. citizens listening, be cautious about who you vote for in this upcoming election. All right? Just saying. Just saying the truth there. All right? Be cautious about who you vote for. If you care about immigrants, be cautious about who you vote for. Some ex-presidents would send a lot more people into deportation proceedings. some current presidents are much more reasonable, at least on that front. All right? But when do I have a risk, lawyer? When does my immigration application put me at risk if it's denied? Well, if you already have a deportation order, all right, then you would be more at risk for immigration enforcement. If you have a serious arrest history, all right, if you're a risk to border security, national security, or if you have any type of serious arrest history, criminal history here in the U.S., review those details with your lawyer. You should be clear about the risks of immigration enforcement even before you file your case. Okay, so that you can make a fully informed decision as to, do I even want to do this? All right? Now, sometimes it's still recommendable to do it. Sometimes it's the only way to do it. All right, but you want to go into a case with both eyes open. You want to go into a case fully informed. And that's something that a good lawyer, a good law firm will help you think through. Okay? That's basically what I wanted to communicate today. That's basically it. You know, every case has complications, and I don't want you to worry or overthink them. Don't overthink them. Talk them through with a lawyer. That's what lawyers are here for. So reach out to a lawyer. Let's talk them through, and then we can strategize about how to maximize your chances of success despite whatever complication you might have. Right? That's really the point. And so, you know, often a VAWA denial, if a VAWA case gets denied, often what happens? Nothing. Nothing. But you still want to get together with your lawyer to make sure that you're not an enforcement priority for immigration, and to make sure that you understand, hey, would it be a good strategy to appeal the denial? Would it be a good strategy to file a motion to reopen the denial? Can you file a whole new case? Right? Yes, you can sometimes. All right? Or is there some other application that you might file instead that might be the stronger option? That's basically it. So I don't see that I've received any questions today. That's fine. And so, you know, if you do still have questions for me, please do still send them over, and I answer them in our YouTube channel. So to check those out, please subscribe to our channel in YouTube. And when you do that, click the notifications bell, and you'll receive a notification whenever we upload additional videos with additional updates and news and things like that. And if you have an immigration case, hey, please give us a call. We are here to help. We would love to help. All right? So thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for tuning in. And again, my name is Otis Landerholm, and I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you. I'll be doing this episode in Spanish in just a few minutes, so join us again in Spanish if you want. And if not, I'll see you on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thank you so much. Make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.